What's good, YouTube? Free World Gang, and you already know who it is. It's your boy Xavier Khalid, Mr. X. Just get the name correct so I know that you respect. If you didn't know, back here with another video. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what you do to regular YouTube video. Make sure that you just show your support, man. Hey, I love this channel. I love coming here, bringing y'all some news, bringing y'all some gameplay, live streaming for y'all. I just love what I do, man. So, like, if y'all can show y'all support and help boost the engagement up on this channel, man, it'll be lovely. Getting straight into it, we got an article from Kotaku. Let me go back to the article. We got an article from Kotaku basically saying game industry veterans are saying that console makers have to innovate to survive, and that we should be terribly afraid of the $1,000 console. So they're saying that gaming hardware has never been a money maker for companies that make it, says former Sega of America president and former Microsoft gaming corporate VP Peter Moore. So this is coming from Peter Moore. He apparently has his foot wet in the gaming industry, being a VP and president and whatever. So, you know, working with Sega and Microsoft. So he kind of knows what he's talking about. And he's saying that these companies, these corporations don't really make their bottom dollar based off of the hardware themselves. He basically goes into detail saying that it's a means to an end. Like, basically they just use the hardware to suck people into this content consuming ecosystem to be able to buy these games. So he's saying that putting together, I don't know, what consumers pay for DLC and microtransactions, what they're expected to pay for the console, how much it takes to make the actual console, and some other underlying factors all come together to create the final price for that product. And he's saying thanks to AI, the amount that it takes to actually create these consoles is seeing a huge price surge thanks to the AI boom. He's saying that with AI sucking out all the chips that's in the electronic space, you know, they're basically moving at a faster pace than these game companies can keep up with, and it's causing a major surge with everything. Like, they're just not in a financial space to actually keep up with what AI is doing. All in all, it's making chips more priceless. So former Sony CEO Sean Layden, he believes that the innovation should start with software, that it's a software level problem for what's going to continue to grip gamers and bring them back and keep them coming. He also says that you can't really sell and pitch a game that is anywhere from $399. So basically there's a $399 rule, that if the console costs $399 to make or to sell, I get a little bit confused in the article of which one he means, but basically that is, you know, is not really profitable, and it's not a reason to even market that game that console in the first place. And he points to the disaster that they had with the PS3, making the PS3 $600. And he also says that video games are now becoming very limiting because they're lacking variety, and they're going with a very narrow storyline. You know, you got your zombie apocalypse, your Space Marines, you have your GTA renditions. So we've seen a bunch of games in the same category that are being released that is really kind of starting to lack inspiration and just drawing from one another. And it's cool, like, if years down the line you draw inspiration and come up with a completely authentic story based on another story, but these are happening like too close to, like, they're too adjacent, and, you know, it's not giving itself any separation in the space or in the realm. And then he's also saying that discoverability is a very big problem. And what he means by that is that you can't go into your average brick and mortar GameStop, Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Disc Replay, and basically ask your average gamer that works as your clerk what video games to play. You know, it's becoming very hard, and, you know, they're most of the times when you go there, they're not gonna recommend you a game that isn't popular. They're gonna try and boost the sale up and recommend you a game that's already, you know, like has a popular label. So you have to ask them very specific questions to even discover new games that might be an indie game, a 2D platformer game, a 3D platformer game, or a racing game, or a adventure game, or an RPG game, a puzzle game, you know, that might actually be good, because now the market is so flooded with 3D shooters or first-person shooters, or you got all of these Souls-like games going on. You have all of these samurai-like games going on. You have all of the GTAs or the battle royales. So it's very hard to discover new games in this economy. Going back to Moore believes that the innovation comes from a business model perspective, basically saying that they need to tie in the purchase of a console with some type of service to keep feeding the ecosystem of gamers. And I remember stuff like this, like if you go buy Xbox from GameStop or something, sometimes you get like an Xbox Game Pass, or you buy the physical copy. Sometimes you get a like the Xbox Gold membership or something like that. I didn't have an Xbox, but my friends did, and we used to go to the mall all the time because they used to just be handing them out like hotcakes. Like, you will always find like a 3-month gold membership, 1-month gold membership, just from buying certain stuff or participating in certain events that they had at the mall. I remember that very vividly. I had a PS3, so online was free. I didn't have to worry about that. But they're thinking that this is going to be a test of the times, basically saying that some people might get sick of purchasing consoles for $800, or that, you know, people who really stand with consoles are going to purchase them, and that we're going to have to just wait and figure out and see, because some people might just say, F it, I'm going to stick with my PC build because it lasts for like 7 to 10 years. And with my PC build, all I'm going to have to do is just change out parts or whatever, or upgrade the system, you know, get some new RAM, get a new GPU, get a new motherboard every now and then, dust off my fans, just keep up with the maintenance of the actual PC, and then find ways where I can stream it to my 4K TV. If I don't like playing on mouse and keyboard, guess what? I can go buy a controller. So I think the test of time is very real. It's a very real thing that we're going to see in the near future. It's going to be a very real thing that we're going to see as far as consumers as well. Because a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are tired of consuming. And for all the people who complain about spending all this money on these games, like, you should have thought about your priorities in the first place, bro. If you, like, don't be mad because you spent money. That's like being mad that you spent money on a bunch of shoes and then your shoe size go up. You can't get mad that your shoe size went up and you can no longer wear these shoes. They still got some resale value to them, so try and play into that, okay? These games are still gonna have resale value. People are still selling Segas and Xboxes and Ataris and PS2s and PS1s, PS1 games, PS2 games. People are still selling these things, so it's not just gonna become an obsolete thing. It's just gonna become a thing where we see like a few of them in the marketplace, but in the resale space, we're gonna see a lot of it. And the people who decide to hold on and keep those things, they're gonna be the people who have a worthwhile investment that lasts them forever. As long as you purchase your games, you're gonna be able to play those games forever. You probably won't have the online features forever, but you're gonna be able to play those games forever. So maybe the problem is having all of these online services for these games and not having a fun single player experience where you have story modes and you have objectives and goals that you can hit, and trophies and rewards that you can maintain, that you can achieve during the gameplay without the online modes. Though I've been said this within my personal friend group, that I believe that the online space is a very toxic place for especially like the multiplayer games, and I don't necessarily agree with everything being soft, but I like that we have report systems now flag systems, because especially as a black person who plays a multitude of games, and like I be online, you be on GTA, you be on Call of Duty, you be on freaking Rainbow Six Siege, 2K Madden. As a black person, is like the only place I feel safe. Like even when other black people on there being ignorant or whatever, you know, trying to act hard or whatever, trying to act tough, like I still be comfortable because I understand those my people, and you know, we know I know the dynamics of how to like move around stuff like that. When it comes to playing against racist people though, when I'm on Call of Duty, when I'm on Rainbow Six Siege, especially if I'm winning, bro, they be in there saying, it be your own teammates too, bro. They be in there saying all types of stuff to you, bro, as soon as you speak, because they, like, I guess they can hear the blackness in my voice, and then they instantly start saying, like, it's like I have to prove myself of being worthy of being your teammate just because I'm black. You can have a squeaker kid in there. You can have somebody with a fan blowing loud as hell in the back, somebody with their babies crying in the back, and everybody start ganging up on me just because I'm black. I step in the mic to give a call out. I tell you where he at. I tell you how lit he is. I say where he going. I'm spotting him on camera. I'm trying to give you some feedback, some live feedback to help you win the round. And y'all instantly going in on me because I'm black. For no reason at all, bro. And like, I know how to deal with racists. Like, bro, like, I will say some stuff that will confuse you, like that will educate you and confuse you at the same time, to where you don't even know what to say to me. You don't even know what to say to me. Like that's how educated I am. But at the same time, when you dealing with somebody who's racist, it's like they don't know when to stop. And they think it's funny with their friends. And they won't do it in a lobby full of black people. Like when I'm solo queuing, that's when they'll do it. But then when I'm with my friends and they think that I'm the only black one, I'm the only black person, then that's when they get you feel me? I go into troll guy mode. I ain't gonna lie. I start trolling them, and then I start dropping facts on their heads while I'm trolling them, and then I start trolling them with the facts that they just learned. And then, bro, like basically, you reach, I teach, bro. Don't go reaching for that, or I'm gonna teach you, bro. I'm gonna teach you a little something. I'm gonna teach you something about yourself and your people that you didn't know. I'm glad that it's now like report systems. I'm glad it's flagging systems. I'm glad we can get all these people off of here, bro, because I think online is the issue with gaming. It's really the issue with gaming. Like we sacrificing a lot of great titles because we want that online microtransaction DLC experience with other people, and we not letting the game just be great. Like, how many Ubisoft games do you know that only work on an online system? Fortnite and Epic Games, how many games do you know that only work on an online system? My opinion is bring back some solid games to where we have a solid single player experience. And if you want to integrate online, then do that. Just like GTA 5 and how GTA 6 is about to do. I don't think GTA 6 is dropping with its online first day, just how they did GTA 5. We're gonna make you play this single player experience first and be acquainted with the game before we give you what actually, like, the fun part of the product, which is playing your friends and everything. The product is already fun itself, but then we putting a cherry on top by allowing you to play with your friends and do all the things that you would do in the story mode on the online mode. Yeah, man, but it's been your boy Xavier Khalid, Mr. X. Just get the name correct so I know that you respect. Make sure you leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you do to, you know, regular YouTube video, man. Free World Gang and Naughty. I appreciate y'all rocking out with your boy. Keep holding it down, and the saga continues, man. Peace. Love y'all.